It was a resounding victory. The light shined bright from the hole of the ceiling of a ruined underground city of an accursed empire of Noir-le-Dems, a broken husk of once unstoppable monsters of the dark magic, slavery and biomancy. Right on top of the rubble, basking in the light, stood a flag of victors. A blue cloth with a silver image of the globe, surrounded by the leaves and the sword piercing it, a flag of the United Earth Federation. Dozens of dropships were pouring through the hole. The columns of tanks were passing around the rubble on top of which stood the flag. The light had won. Yet Mayala stood there in confusion. How could the ancient prophecy be wrong? How could anyone challenge the fate itself and prevail? Yet it also was her deepest and darkest secret when so many years ago she came to humans asking for help, knowing full well she was dragging them into the end of the world. The end of the world is nigh, the day when the order shall fall and shadows shall be cast upon you all by the forces greater than you. The day when your God shall be cast low, and you shall bow before those who cast shadows upon you. Mayala pronounced in confusion as General Drake Abramson approached her. A bit of a strange choice of words for a victory speech, High Counselor Mayala. He said in confusion, if anything, he was finally looking forward to returning back home to Earth. A home he had not seen for years by now. The last thing he needed was some ominous gibberish from an old friend. Those are not my words, General. Those are the words from a prophecy of one of our greatest oracles, who is long dead now. And you have yourself witnessed that our oracles are never wrong, so you can see my confusion. When I came before you people begging for help, Mayala's eyes started to tear up in shame. Say what you need to say. You are the leader of Max-el-Dems. It is not befitting of your stature not to say what you think. Besides, we've been friends through some tough times. What could go wrong now? Jake began realizing where it was going, and the spiritual nature of her people, as well as their ability to see things in perspective, given their lifespan of a millennia. I knew of that prophecy and kept it hidden from everyone, in fear of damaging the will to fight. But I know those were the end times for us, and I without hesitation dragged your people into our downfall. All to buy us just a little more time away from the tyranny of our cousins, just to get an extra day in light. She finally confessed the secret she was carrying for so long, but it was so hollow in victory, and one word kept pulsating in her head. Coward. Here's what I learned about your so-called oracles and prophets. They are no different from all those charlatans from Earth's history. They create self-fulfilling prophecies and play with words to appear to be right all the time. As such, I learned never take heed to the prophecies, and do what you believe is right, just like the way you did, so take solace in that. The general spoke with a kind smile on his face, and then he looked into his marching forces. As he stared into those heavily armoured columns going into the dark caverns of the Noir-le-Dems' home planet, his face looked the same as at the start of this war 10 years ago. Determined, alert, and predatory. But something was different this time around. What is it that troubles you, Exalted General of Steel Eagle? Mayala noticed the change in the face of her friend, who so expertly rose her spirits just moments ago, hoping that it was something she could offer him in return. Your prophecy was not wrong. After all, the only difference is you chose the winning side. Jake spoke, as the shadow of a dropship, like the shadow of a bird of prey, passed over both of them. The chill ran down Mayala's back, and her eyes had widened as the triumph of those humans came in a different light. Entire planets scorched to the ground. Gods slain, and legendary monsters crawling back into the deepest, darkest corners in utter terror, as the human war machine marched to victory, and it was not about to stop. She stood in presence of a new order, and she was the one who unleashed it.